It may be fascinating at times to count other people's money when we talk about football, as modern football means really big money. But this time we won't be talking about multi-millionaires. After all, we've already heard too much of them. This video is going to be about the players who are being underpaid the most, either because of their rapid progress or simply being underrated. Our source is going to be Capology. Even though footballers' earnings are extremely difficult to calculate due to the complicated system of bonuses, this site's data is what the leading pundits and football bloggers tend to use the most. But before we get into it, we'd like you to answer a question. In the top 10 of the highest paid footballers, there was one player from an Asian league. That was in 2022, when Ronaldo was yet to move to Al Nassr. Who is that former legend to be earning about 30 million per year, including endorsement, while being away from big football? Leave your guesses in the comments and get ready for watching. Enzo Fernandez, Benfica, 2.5 million euros per year. Let's start with the Portuguese Primeira, the biggest supplier of young talent. Enzo Fernandez from Benfica has grown into a big star thanks to his World Cup performance. However, those following the Champions League closely must have noticed him in autumn, as Enzo became a key player for Benfica shortly after being signed from River Plate for 14 million euros. Enzo became the one to pull all the strings for his team on the pitch, and his 2 assists in the Champions League made him one of the biggest discoveries of the season. There were a lot of talented Argentines in the Portuguese league, but many of them never managed to outgrow it. But as for Enzo, there's already a bunch of big clubs ready to pay a fortune for him, as not only he was a decent backup for Messi at the World Cup, but was scoring and making assists himself. Chelsea is believed to have offered Benfica 127 million euros, which is 113 million more than the Portuguese club had to pay for Enzo last summer. Obviously, we should expect Enzo's salaries to rise should he move to London. His current salary is 2.5 million per year. Not bad for a promising youngster, but definitely not what a world-class player should be earning. Andrew Robertson, Liverpool, 5,800,000 euros per year. The Scotsman is currently earning 5.8 million euros at Liverpool, which is clearly not enough to mark his status as probably the best left-back in the world, as that is what Dean Henderson and James Tarkowski earn at their clubs, Nottingham and Burnley. Not to mention Robertson's teammates, Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain, who earn even more. On the other hand, however, there's an explanation. After all, fullbacks traditionally earn less than strikers, keepers or elite midfielders. And not to forget that Robertson was signed from a championship club, so that was still a most lucrative deal. By the way, the Man City goalkeeper Ederson has the exact same salary. Not bad, but still $1 million less than Kepa and Areola earn. Another underpaid player is Rodri, who earns 5.8 million too. One of the leading holding midfielders in Europe earns less than Eddie Nketiah and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Less than the Chelsea newcomer Chukwuemeka. It's time for a raise. Marcos Llorente, Atletico Madrid, 2,100,000 euros per year. La Liga is probably the fairest of all top 5 leagues in terms of player salaries. You may wonder why Koke earns 16 million while Busquets and De Jong both earn 36, but you won't find many underpaid footballers in La Liga. Of course, there are exceptions. For example, Georgi Mamardashvili from Valencia, who earns 1.5 million despite being among the biggest discoveries of the 21-22 season. But apart from him, there's only one player who's being criminally underpaid: Marcos Llorente from Atletico. His salary is 2.1 million euros, which is less than what such players as Lunin, Braithwaite, Ceballos and Nico Williams earn. But on the other hand, Marcos hasn't been at his best lately. He's lost his scoring touch, though still remains an extremely hard-working and versatile midfielder. But the salary policy of Atletico can raise some eyebrows. While some players get 15 million contracts from day one, some others earn way less than they deserve. But anyway, that doesn't affect the team's integrity and the dressing room atmosphere, and that's the most important thing. Declan Rice, West Ham, 3 million euros per year. There are many people who dream about a 3 million salary, even among professional footballers, but 3 million per year is surely way less than Declan Rice deserves. One of the biggest prospects in Europe and England's first-choice midfielder, who made many top clubs throw money at West Ham, earns less than Nikola Vlasic, who's currently on loan at Torino. 2 times less than Kurt Zouma, who's mostly famous for his cruelty towards his cat. West Ham is about to offer Rice a new 8-year contract with a 7.5 million salary, but the Athletic claims that Rice has already rejected 3 contract offers from the Irons and expressed his desire to leave the club in summer. The reasons for that are quite obvious. All the metrics show that Declan Rice would be a great fit to a top club, the one to bring quality and balance to midfield and to the team in general. After Argentina once again showed us how important such players are, the biggest clubs are ready to spend whatever sum on Rice. Which club will it be? We're yet to know, as Chelsea seem to be going for Fernandes instead of bringing their academy product back to Stamford Bridge. But even so, Declan's quality is more than enough to get him signed by a top club. Bukayo Saka, Arsenal, 4 million euros per year. And now to one of the most promising wingers in Europe, Bukayo Saka, the Arsenal leader. While the Gunners are on their way to a Premier League title, Saka earns only 4 million per season. That is a decent salary for a young player. But at the same time, there's Ansu Fati, whose salary at Barcelona is almost 14 million. And though Fati is a player of incredible talent, he's yet to live up to his potential, and his 2 crucial ligament injuries may be a serious obstacle on his way to glory. As for Saka, he's been a key player for Arsenal for quite some time already, the one to lead the Gunners' attacks with his pace, dribbling and creativity. And not to forget about his work ethics and versatility, as Saka is able to play almost anywhere on the pitch. And despite all that, Phil Jones and Theo Walcott, both way past their prime, can boast with the same salary. Saka's low earnings, however, can be explained with his stats. 7 goals and 7 assists in 28 games are decent numbers, but surely not something out of this world. But anyway, Saka is a player of great quality and potential, who is most likely to grow into a world superstar. Should he work on his finishing and add some selfishness to his football, he'll surely get a rise in the near future. Joshko Gvardiol, RB Leipzig, 1,100,000 euros per year. Not so long ago, Gvardiol was mostly known to either Bundesliga fans or Football Manager players, but scouts have been following him since he made it into the first 11 at Dinamo Zagreb at the age of 18. The first reason for such attention is his area of talent. Joshko is a left-footed centre-back who's good on the ball, which is a blessing for any team willing to play possession-based attacking football. So no wonder big clubs spare no expense when they notice a player of this kind. And then, at the World Cup, Gvardiol proved himself as an actual world-class defender with his tackling, heading and positioning skills, as well as his physical attributes. All these qualities make him a perfect centre-back and a good fit to any club, despite being only 20 years of age. And no wonder his market value is as high as 75 million euros, which makes him one of the most expensive players in the world. Gvardiol is extremely likely to be signed by some big club this summer, be it Real Madrid, Chelsea or Manchester City. As for now, he keeps improving at RB Leipzig, while earning less than $1 million per year, less than Andre Lunev, the Bayern second-choice keeper, and Ivan Ordaz from Bochum. Come on now, Leipzig, you can't be serious. Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, Napoli, $1.5 million per year. Italian clubs are not in the business of being wasteful, well apart from Juventus with their Ronaldo signing. So Inter and Milan often pay reasonable salaries to their players, as there are only 8 of them earning more than 10 million. But after all, Serie A is not where footballers go to earn money, but rather a league for young players to develop. There are no real Champions League contenders in Italy, which leaves Italian clubs room for experiments. Khvicha Kvaratskhelia made the best choice as he decided to join Napoli. The young Georgian is dominating Serie A and becoming more and more popular every week. So €1.5 million per year is already too low for such a prospect, as some Napoli fans are already comparing him to Maradona himself. However, Quiccia is about to sign a new contract until 2028, rumors say. It's questionable though that is the right thing to do. Too many big clubs are following him, and should he sign a long-term contract with a smaller club, he may repeat the path of Harry Kane. But both the player and his agent are surely aware of it. So the best thing for Quiccia is now to concentrate on his football. If he keeps doing his job, big money will surely come. Nuno Mendes, PSG, 400,000 euros per year. We're already used to the fact that in France there is PSG and there are all the rest. The Parisians are known for paying mind-blowing money to their players, including those who hardly ever get up from the bench. There's only one case: the left-back Nuno Mendes and his salary. Yes, he's only 20 years old, and yes, he's struggling with his injuries, but his market value as per Transfermarkt is 60 million euros, and PSG seem to trust in Nuno. And that's why his salary of 400,000 is absurd. Of course, he's going to get a new one sooner rather than later, but as for now, this extremely explosive left-back has to be content with playing alongside Messi, Neymar and Mbappe. Rafael Leao, AC Milan, 1,800,000 euros per year. The AC Milan head coach Stefano Pioli is doing really well at working with the talented youth. The biggest of all prospects is probably Rafael Leao. It took him some time to get adjusted to the slow-paced Italian football, but now he's one of the Serie A biggest stars. Leao is a great dribbler, a pacey one as well, and good at finishing. So the sky seems to be the limit for the Portuguese, and the competition for him among the biggest clubs is going to be heated. So it seems he'll start earning way more than 1,800,000 euros soon. But as for now, his salary is about $1 million lower than that of such players as Eldor Shoborodov and Alexei Miranchuk. Milan, in their turn, would love to keep Leao at the club. But why would Leao want to stay when he's so close to moving to a top club? Jude Bellingham, Borussia Dortmund, 1,600,000 euros per year. German clubs are all about rationality and pragmatism, so Bayern is the only team willing to pay really big money to footballers. The promising youngsters who play in Germany have to make a sacrifice, earn less but show themselves in the top 5 league. Jude Bellingham is a prime example of it. How much do you think he earns? One of the most versatile midfielders and a dream of many big clubs. Is it 5 million, 3, 2? No, it's only 1.6 million euros per season, while such players as Alex Král earn more than that. Of course, that can be explained with his former status, as in summer 2020 he was just a boy from the championship. So he was never supposed to earn big money, but rather prove himself and make progress. And now Bellingham is among top 5 most promising players in Europe, as he can do literally anything on the pitch. And that is why 1.6 million is not enough for a player of his caliber. However, that is about to change in the near future, as many top clubs, among them Real Madrid, are about to start offering Jude most lucrative contracts. Dear friends, which one of these players deserves a raise the most? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you soon.